Hello, once again, thanks for spending a few minutes of your day with me. I'm going to go back into the book of Genesis today, and we're going to learn a couple of lessons from the life of Noah and how Noah found favor in the eyes of the Lord. My text is found in Genesis chapter 6. In verse 6, it says, "Then the Lord saw the wickedness of man, it was great in the earth, and that every intent of the thoughts of his heart was evil continually." The Lord was very aware of what was going on in the hearts of men upon the earth. But it's interesting, a few verses later, down in verse 8, it says, "But Noah found favor," or found grace, in the eyes of the Lord. It's interesting that Jesus compared the days that we're living in to the days of Noah. So when the Lord looks upon the earth, could it be that he sees evil in the hearts of men, and yet he can also bestow favor upon those who are faithful to him? I think that is something that actually is occurring at this time. God is aware of what's going on in the earth, what's going on in the hearts of men. And especially he can identify when the intent of our heart is not pure, when it's wicked or it's defiled. And yet he can look with his eyes and he can behold somebody else, and they're in a completely different category. They're in a category where he can bestow his grace and his favor upon them. I pray that you and I are in that latter category, that we're in the category where God looks upon our heart and he sees a heart that's humble before him and a heart that wants to serve him, and someone he can pour his blessing, his favor, and his grace upon. It's been said that, grace and favor aren't always something that we discover, but something that discovers us. He bestows upon us his favor. And I find that to be encouraging. Now, let's get into a little bit more of potentially why Noah found favor in the eyes of the Lord, and then that will help us also maybe understand the time that God bestows favor upon us. Because when he does that, we can't take credit for it. It's his favor, it's his grace, but he bestows it upon those who have certain character qualities. And what were three character qualities that we can identify in the life of Noah? Well, in Genesis 6 through 9, it tells us some of the account of this man. And here are three character qualities that I think we can all agree with. The first is that Noah honored God. Even though the land was filled with wickedness, he maintained that God would have preeminence in his life, God first. He honored the Lord. He considered the Lord in all of his ways. I think secondly, he obeyed God. Obedience is something that the Lord blesses. It's been said that understanding can wait, even though we don't think so. Understanding can wait, but obedience can't. When we're obedient, we begin to gain understanding. He obeyed God, and think about what God asked him to do. Wow! And yet he was faithful to it. Not just occasionally, but for 120 years, he was obedient to do what the Lord asked him to do. Oh, yeah. That helps us to understand why the favor and the grace of God was upon Noah. And then the third is that he offered thanks unto God. Even though his eye could behold wickedness and things that were defiling unto the Lord, he kept an attitude of what? Gratitude. That means he kept his eyes on God. He kept his eyes on the Lord, and he just kept a heart of thanksgiving. I believe that if we cultivate those character qualities in our life, that we potentially are going to encounter the favor of the Lord. And I want to finish by just reminding us that Noah's example should inspire us to love and to good works. And remember that a healthy relationship with God, and all of us want that, is motivated by love, it's guided by faith, and it's demonstrated in obedience. God bless you. Have a great day.